from WoMA TV, and this is Michael Bisping, who's fighting on Saturday at UFC 85. Hi, Michael.
Hi, how you doing?
Can you just tell us a bit about yourself for people who don't know?
My name's Michael Bisping. I'm a UFC fighter, professional mixed martial artist. I've been a professional mixed martial artist now for 5 years. As you said, I'm fighting Saturday night in UFC 85. I was on the Ultimate Fighter 3 reality TV programme. I won that. Before that, you know, I was Cage Rage champion, Cage Warriors champion, FX3 world champion, British kickboxing champion. Just basically competed in martial arts all my life, and now I'm fortunate enough to make a living out of it.
That's great. I actually read an article about you recently where you said that there was a couple of years where you took some time out.
Yes.
What made you take time out, and what brought you back into it again?
I met my girlfriend, we bought a house, and we had a couple of kids, you know, and at the time I never really thought of martial arts as a way to make a living. You know, it's something I always did, I always enjoyed training and things like that, but yeah, I never looked at it as a way to make money or provide for my family. It was only when I was working I had a lot of time to think, you know, and I thought, you know, what can I do with myself? And one thing I was always good at was my martial arts, you know, and that was what I just kept coming back to, you know, and I thought, well, I'd be crazy if I didn't try while I'm still young to try and make a living out of it, and fortunately that's paid off.
Did you ever think you'd never come back to it?
I don't know. I suppose it was always there. It was always within me, you know, to do that. So yeah, no, I knew I would at some point.
And so we asked some questions earlier, but one of the things I'm interested in is what inspires people. Who are your heroes? Because obviously you're a role model to people coming up, but who inspires you?
It's a bit embarrassing, but when I was a kid, you know, I used to. I was a big fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, actually. You know what I mean? I used to like all them types of movies when I was a kid. Obviously Bruce Lee. I used to, you know, love watching Bruce Lee films. Jean-Claude Van Damme. All those like really bad 80s ninja movies, all them types of things. Yeah, all that type of stuff. You know, when I was a kid, I thought that was great. You know, so yeah, I loved all that, and I've just always loved competing. You know, sparring has always been my favourite part of training. You know.
And then, like, what would you like to be remembered for? You know, you've done so much anyway, but like, you've got a legacy once you've done your martial arts. What would you like to be remembered for?
I don't know. I've not really thought about that, to be honest, kind of on the spot. What would I like to be remembered for? I'd like to be remembered as a great fighter, obviously, and a fighter that no matter what, 110%, I always brought it, you know, and I always put on exciting fights. That's what I'd like to be known for. You know, perhaps a role model for aspiring fighters.
Well, that's because you're a great ambassador for the UK. You know, we need more role models for people to come through, and it's a good thing. What next for you after UFC and everything?
I don't know. You know, this is something I think about all the time. You know, because I realise I can't do this forever. You know, and obviously I want to provide a good life for my family. So I'm always thinking about the next thing. You know, right now I'm a UFC fighter, and I want to stay involved with the UFC for as long as I possibly can. But you know, I'd like to open a gym, or whatever. I don't know what it is. I'd love to just be involved in martial arts, whatever.
Like, I'm also involved in martial arts, and some of my friends are fighters as well, and one of the things they were interested to know about is the support from your family and community when you're fighting. How is that for you? Is it so important?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. If I didn't have the support of my family, then I don't think it would be possible, to be honest, you know, to do what I do, because I spend a lot of time away from home, and the training is very intense. So yeah, without them, it wouldn't be possible, so I've got to say thanks to them. And everyone back home, you know, where I live, you know, they're all very, very supportive. I live in a small town, so everyone's, you know, very supportive, like I say. All my old friends, you know, it's quite tough. You know, I don't get to see them very often anymore, and you know, so hello.
That's good. And I've got one last question that I always ask people because it's a bit silly, but you've trained so hard, but there's some powers like superpowers that obviously you can't train for. If you could be a superhero or any special power, what would you have?
I don't know, probably invisibility. And I'm not saying why. Sneak into girls' showers.
Oh
no, I'm kidding. Okay. No, if I could fly. Or turn anything to gold. That'd be good. That'd be quite handy.
Maybe help people.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have to fight for a living then.
Would you not fight? Would you not fight then if you had all that?
Oh no, I've always said this. Even if I won the lottery, I'd still fight. 100%, yeah. But still, yeah. It made life easier if I could turn everything to gold.
It would actually, and then you could help other people possibly go into martial arts.
Yeah, whatever, you know. Build an octagon made out of gold. Or just turn an octagon into gold.
Do you think there's any ways that the UFC could be improved, like in terms of things like that?
Yeah. We could fight in a gold octagon.
Oh my gosh.
Bring a bit of bling.
yeah, that's cool.
No, I'm kidding.